Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Murray at the library. It's summer library program time, and we're having a lot of fun with Oceans of Possibilities. Behind me is this beautiful backdrop and some sea kelp. Have you come down to go on a walk through our sea kelp forest and down our seashell stepping stones through the coral reef? We've got a lot of fun things happening. Just about every day we've got something new, so you need to come and visit, because the more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. And I am just having so much fun. Everybody has been wonderfully happy. The weather's been good, and the sun's been shining. I hope you've been getting outside and getting some of that good vitamin D. You know how Miss Marie feels about that. Oh, boys and girls, behind me is a beautiful backdrop, and I also have some pretty pictures of something I want to show you. These are some angelfish. They're striped zebra, and I want you to see this right here. Can you see that? It looks kind of like almost like a dead tree branch. But that is coral, boys and girls. That is coral. Coral is an animal that lives in the ocean, and they're very, 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 very tiny. And it takes millions and millions and millions of them. Their shell gets all stacked up to make the coral. You see that? That's a different color of coral. Now, up here, that's some seaweed that's growing. It's some kind of green plant. And this is a starfish that looks a little funny, doesn't he? He almost looks like a Gumby. You remember the Gumby? And we'll talk about starfish another time, but see, that's coral too. And those little bitty teeny tiny pieces are made up of lots and lots and lots of shells from the animals that the coral are. Interesting things. Well, I have a book about ocean creatures. I'm going to read this to you, and then we're going to do a book for Father's Day, because Father's Day is just around the corner. Okay? Look how pretty the colors are, just like in my backdrop. A parrotfish changes colors as it gets older. This is the baby parrotfish, and this is an adult parrotfish. Now, how about that? I don't think we change colors as we get older. Parrotfish live in the ocean. Lots of other kinds of fish live in the ocean, and guess what? Fish breathe underwater. They don't breathe air the way you and I do. They breathe underwater. Look at all those pretty colors, just like my backdrop. Those are the real colors. That's not pretend. Seahorses are funny-looking fish. Their heads look like a horse's head, and their little tail will curl up. How many seahorses do you see? 1, 2, 3, and they're all different colors. And they are about half that size. This is not how big they are. They're itty-bitty teeny. Seahorses have to hold on to plants with their tails. And then that's how they stay in one place. They let go. And the fins on their back that you can just barely see go back and forth. And the daddy seahorse is the one that takes care of the babies. Up to 200 at one time. That is a lot of babies. Sea turtles is another animal in the ocean. There are 7 different kinds of sea turtles. And one of those is the leatherback. And one of them is the loggerhead. We're going to talk about the loggerhead another day. pages in the book. A sea turtle uses his flippers to swim through the water, just like your arms. Baby sea turtles hatch from eggs, kind of like birds. Fish lay eggs, lots and lots of eggs. Now, what about the starfish? Remember the picture I showed you? It was a kind of funny looking starfish. Yeah. Well, here's a starfish that looks more like what you're used to seeing. Okay. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rays. The arms are called rays. And if one of them accidentally gets bitten off by another animal, they grow a new one. And sometimes, once in a while, there'll be one that has more than 5 arms. And I'll have to show you that in another picture. There's some that have got a whole lot of rays. And their mouth is underneath there. And they walk along and get on top of something they want to eat and pull it up inside them. Their stomach is inside them. Have you been watching the shark bites that Jim is doing? The humpback whale is as big as a school bus. He told you about that in the shark bite that he did about humpback whales. As big as a school bus. That's a pretty big fish. Humpback whales sometimes leap out of the ocean. How about that? And when they fall back, you can guarantee it's going to be a big splash. Now, you know whales have a blowhole in the top of their head and they blow out water. They don't have any teeth either. They have these things called baleen, and it's kind of like a comb, and they suck water in and catch stuff in their baleen and swallow it down. And they don't eat big fish. They eat itty-bitty, teeny, tiny fish called krill. Krill. So, boys and girls, there's the parrotfish that changes colors. And there's a starfish, but they call it a sea star. Can grow a new ray or arm if it breaks off. And there's a turtle. I bet you that's a loggerhead. And there's a baby seahorse. They're about that size. They're about that size. They're little. And then this is the great big huge humpback whale. My goodness gracious. Lots of things to learn about in the ocean. Lots of things. The crab in the ocean goes clack, clack, clack. Clack, 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 clack. The crab in the ocean goes clack, 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 clack. The shark in the ocean goes chomp, 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 chomp. The shark in the ocean goes chomp, 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 chomp. That's something new I've been doing with some of the people here at Storytime. I have another book for us for Father's Day. Daddies are awesome. Daddies are awesome. They tickle and hug you and give you some kisses. Daddies are playful. They swing you around. Some daddies do. You can ride on their shoulders or hang upside down. Daddies are caring, and when you can't sleep, they'll read bedtime stories and help you count sheep. And a pretty puppy dog. Daddies are daring, and they're brave and they're strong. That's a husky. It's probably a Malamute. And he's pulling the sled. They do that up in Alaska. They go on adventures and take you along. Daddies can help you to grow. This one's teaching the puppies how to go up the steps. There's some cute videos out there of cats and dogs teaching their babies how to go up the steps. They hold your hand tightly and never let go. Daddies are loving. They're cuddly and wise. With laps to crawl into when we close our eyes. My daddy's so special. I tell him every day just how much I love him in every way. Those are bulldogs. Go Dogs, Mississippi State. I just thought that was a good book. Good book. This is a dachshund, and he's long and got little short legs. How about that? Cute book by Meredith Costain. So boys and girls, come on down to the library and see me, where we have lots of things happening. We have some movies going on, so it's kind of like a theater. Y'all have a great day and come soon to the library. Bye-bye.